Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday the 23rd of March. The time is currently 8:09 a.m. and this is my morning forecast for the day ahead. So as you can see, guys, this is Aussie US dollar, and you can see that I did take a position last night, and I do want to go over this because again it was a very good, very high probability position, and again my take profit again was a little bit less than usual, which I will explain as well. So again, what were we seeing here? So you can clearly see market was pretty range bound. Yeah, you could see that over here price action was saying we broke the lower retrace, broke the higher retrace, and of course we started to see momentum. Now even with the liquidity area up here, we did start to break through that and show that good momentum. But again, if for anyone that likes to read into liquidity, we saw a lot of liquidity grabbing in this area. You can see that we had liquidity taken out here, right? And we had a nice push up. We could taken out liquidity here, right? Nice push up. We could clearly see that price had a bias, a market bias of wanting to go up, okay? And then when we had enough, we started to push up and break through any potential higher levels of liquidity, okay? Now again, let's dig deep into price action a little bit better, and I'll show you when my order was on. So you guys can see we had a really nice push up, one candle retrace, which was not showing any shift in momentum, and we continued up, okay? Now for me personally, I didn't have my order on until after this candle. So the candle that tagged me in is when I set my order. Now again, and the reason being is because we started to push up, we broke this high, again we had a wick, and then we continued with a very nice close, giving me a good indication that we do want to go up. But again, if I set my order after this candle here, the last candle in the impulse, we could potentially see a shift in momentum. This could just be a fake out, grabbing high levels of liquidity and actually taking the market direction back down. But the next candle didn't show me any shift in momentum, therefore I was happy to place my order. And as you can see, the market tagged me in. Then of course within the next 2-3 hours, I was able to minimize my risk to near enough break even / just below break even. Now as you can see, guys, I obviously use a trailing stop loss. I've moved my stops to here and then of course to here. Now the reason being is that the take profit was a little bit less than usual. I think it was maybe 2.6 or something. But again, the reason being that I took 2.09% is because this spread hour candle on my MT5, so on my broker, was a lot larger, so I had put it below there. So again, this is a good lesson to anyone that's watching, that if you do have a spread hour candle that is your last low or your last high, just where you place your trailing stop loss, then do make sure that either you want to keep to that or you're going to check TradingView to see where it is, okay? So for me, if I had known that, I would have put my stops above the last low here. But again, my low was here, and you can see that overnight got taken out for 2.09%. But again, completely happy with that, okay? There's no issue. Again, it's all about the positioning, where we put the positions, not what happens after. I learned a lesson here. So of course, double check FXCM, check TradingView before I actually put my stops, especially if the candle is a spread hour candle below the last low. But again, I'm completely happy with that trade. Bagged 2.09%. And again, it was a very good trade. Like I say, we know this pair likes to trend correctively. Right, so guys, what am I looking at next in the Aussie US dollar today? So you can see, guys, we pushed up, broke the high, retraced, broke the low, retraced. And again, we started to see a bit of a range. So did we break the low again? 50.04, 50.07. No, so again, we are between the highs and lows, here, okay? So again, I am anticipating a little bit of a range, okay? Now again, if I was to understand what is the market trying to tell me, and actually, sorry guys, the high is actually, I think it is, no, actually no, I'm correct. High is here, low is here, market is starting to range, okay? So again, if I was to anticipate what is the market trying to tell me, well again, for me personally, I would not be surprised if we come down, okay, and then continue the move up, okay, based on what price action is saying here, okay? I'm seeing that the momentum is still to the upside, so I would not be surprised if we had a deeper level liquidity collection and we continued the move up. Now again, we don't have to do that. We could just show commitment and start impulsing down. If we do that, I'll be looking to get involved in a nice continuation flag, okay? Very nice, very high probability, okay? But again, like I say, if we come down in this descending manner, I will be careful to get involved in a corrective trend. I personally want to see a lot better of a corrective trend before I start to get involved, okay? Why is that? Well, again, because like I said, we've come from ascending into a descending, then we could very easily just start to come up. If I take a short position here, we could just be taken out very easily. So again, for me, I'm being very wary of that, okay? Again, if we impulse up, more than happy to get involved in a nice continuation flag. Now again, if we start to actually come up in this ascending manner, I will be looking at opportunities to go short. If we break the low, pull back to this level, looking for a nice reversal setup, or If we break the low impulsively, more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag. A very nice, very high probability, okay? So again, for me, I am sitting on my hands being patient for this pair. You can see we're a little bit range bound. Again, I am anticipating some corrective behavior, okay, either end. Okay, so again, I'm waiting for better price action, and I don't anticipate a trade to at least till the evening forecast. So again, waiting for a lot more price action. You can see we've ranged, correctively trended up, and started to range again. So again, waiting for more on Aussie US dollar. Next pair is Aussie Japanese yen, and as you can see, guys, we had this really nice trend up. You can see we started to show some nice commitment. We broke the high, retraced, didn't really see any shift in momentum. Okay, and then of course we continued that push up, broke the high, okay, formed a large wick and retraced pretty aggressively, okay, and then of course here we broke the low, retrace, giving us evidence or a hint that we want to range, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, now again, for me, there are signs that we want to go down, especially how market reacted over here. Okay, for me, I'm seeing a possible area of liquidity up here. I mean, if we zoom out, could there be something? No, not really. Okay, so again, I was looking for another level, but again, you can see that there could have been a possible liquidity taken here, or market is exhausted due to how the way reacted. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually start to push down. So what am I looking for? Well, if we impulse down, I'm more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag to the south side. Okay, but again, if we actually break the low, pull back to this level, I will be looking for a nice reversal setup. Okay, very nice, very high probability. Now, we could just continue up in this ascending manner. If we do that, I will be waiting to see how we break the low to take opportunities to go down south. So again, remember, it's all about pair characteristics too. What does the Aussie dollar Japanese yen like to do? Well, again, we do know it likes to have these kind of V shapes. Again, we have got a V shape, we've got a range, and I do anticipate a move down based on how price action was moving here in a volatile way. But again, Aussie dollar also likes to trend Aussie yen likes to trend correctively. So again, if we do begin a corrective trend, I will be looking to get involved in that. Okay, so again, I'm personally waiting for a lot more price action on this. I do anticipate a move down, but again, that is only based on how price is behaving here. But I want to see more evidence. Remember, I only trade based on the evidence. Next pair is the Euro US dollar. Now, as you can see, guys, I'm very, very interested in this pair at this current time, okay? Now, the reason being is because you can see we had this impulse up, had this move down, we broke the low, retraced, then we broke the low, retrace, broke the low, retrace, giving us this descending. We can clearly see that, okay? We can see larger descending, smaller descending. We saw the commitment up. But again, apologies for that. Again, what happened after we actually pushed up? You can see we broke this high, retraced. I didn't see a shift in momentum, and then we broke the high again with a really nice commitment. Now, again, for me, this pullback wasn't aggressive for me personally, okay? So again, I was looking to get involved, and you can see we have a range. So for me personally, I am looking to get involved to go long, okay? But again, guys, I would say that just because I'm looking to go long, please do not just take any trade off the inside bar just because I'm personally looking at it. Make sure you've back tested this kind of scenario. But the reason being I'm looking to go long is because I'm seeing the beginning of a trend. I'm seeing no shift in momentum at all. Okay, so we've seen momentum, right? We've seen momentum here. I've not seen a shift in momentum. So again, this fits my plan. I'm happy to take a trade if we do actually tap around this level and go. Now again, you know, people, this is like around here is a psychological level or whatever you want to call it. But again, there will be some order flows and things going on here. But one of the reasons I actually like this trade too is how we've acted within here. Liquidity is being taken. If you see, we've pushed down, we've pushed up. So again, in a sense, I want to actually draw this. Pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, a little bit further, pushed up. And now we've actually had this bigger push down. So again, I'm going to actually just move this to show you guys what I'm saying. Now again, you can see there's buyers here, buyers in this move, buyers in this move, buyers in this move. Where are they going to put their stops? Below here, right? And even below here, okay? Now you can see, we pushed down in this move here, which was this move, took out liquidity, pushed up, okay? Didn't see enough, and now again, we're coming down to these lower levels of liquidity. We've got liquidity here, and we've got liquidity here. So on here, it's around here, which we've just broken into. And again, we're going to have deeper levels of liquidity here. So again, it's not uncommon, especially for this pair, to actually just say, hey, I'm going to take out the liquidity and push further up. Again, because we're not seeing a shift in momentum. There's nothing here that is saying, hey, I want to have the momentum to go down south. So for me, I am looking to get involved in this position here. But again, Waiting for more price action. I want to see how we react. Again, for right now, it's looking pretty nice. But again, if we don't get the opportunity and we actually start to break the high, pull back to this level, I will be looking to get an opportunity to go north, okay? Now, again, we do know that if we start to ascend in this corrective manner, we could just impulse up. If we impulse up, more than happy to look to get involved in a nice continuation flag. Or if we see this weakness, I'm more than happy to look for opportunities to go down south, okay? Very nice, very high probability. Again, we may not get that. We might just impulse through. If we do that and show that commitment, I am more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag. Very nice, very high probability setup, okay? But again, like I say, this pair does like to have a move up, likes to have an ascending, okay? And likes to push up. Very, very common with this pair, okay? Again, similar, I mean, you can see this happen a lot. I mean, even just looking back, I do say this in my forecasts a lot. I hope you guys are noticing and are naked charting this. You've got to push up, corrective nature, push up, right? Okay? Again, push down, descending nature, push down. Again, you can see liquidity grabs here, right? More liquidity being taken. Where are we? And push down again, liquidity grab here, not enough, liquidity grab here, pushed. Again, so this is quite common with this pair. We like to see this kind of moves. So again, I am anticipating a move like that to go north. So again, waiting for more price action before I get involved in Euro US dollar. Next pair is Euro Japanese yen. As you can see, guys, I have noticed this pair has been moving up for a long time. We have been watching this very nice. It's got this very nice kind of ascendings, impulse up, ascendings, impulse up, ascendings, impulse up. We know this is common, right? We can clearly see it. Impulse up, ascending, impulse up, ascending, impulse up. We can clearly see that. We showed this on the forecast. So guys, I do hope you are naked charting this and seeing why proving to yourself that Euro yen does like to move in this way. But anyway, what happened overnight? Well, we can see we pushed up, broke the high, formed a large wick, retraced, anticipating a range, okay? We saw that weakness at the top. We didn't get a shift in momentum. We ranged, we broke up, okay? And then I have a quite aggressive retrace, okay? So again, for me, what am I looking for on this pair? So if I get rid of this, okay? We currently have, well, this was a counter trend move. So we've got a low here, got a high here. We're seeing a range, okay? So again, for me, I want to see a little bit more evidence of where we want to go. If we come up correctively, I'm more than happy to look at opportunities to go down south. If we impulse down, more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag. Or if we break the low, pull at this level, more than happy to search for a nice reversal setup based on evidence, okay? Now again, same to the downside. If we see this corrective nature down, okay, continuously, I will be looking at opportunities to go long. But again, I want to see a better kind of longer descending before I start to look at opportunities to go up long, okay? Why? Because again, we could just go from ascending into descending, okay? I'm not really looking to get involved in corrections unless they are associated with my forecasts, okay? Something like this, okay? Then I will consider getting involved. But again, for me, waiting for more price action, you can clearly see we're in a range. So again, I want to see how we exit out of this. Now again, for me, the momentum is still up. I wouldn't be surprised if we just tap into these lower levels of liquidity and push up, okay? Because again, we are still on the uptrend, okay? We've pushed up, retraced, pushed up, retraced, pushed up. I haven't seen any shift in momentum. In this price action, we've essentially seen something like this, okay? Which is literally what we forecasted, okay? So again, personally, I am waiting for a little bit more on this pair. Next pair is the pound. Now again, I was looking at this pair and I'm sure anyone that was trading the pound was looking at this setup as well. We could see that we were in this range. I did say, guys, I want to see commitment. Am I seeing commitment? Yes, clear commitment. We got a flag low and again, I anticipated the range to break and go. So again, I did forecast this. You guys can clearly see that. But again, we did not get the opportunity. So again, that is completely fine. Sometimes we will not get the opportunities to get involved. But again, what has happened? You can clearly see, guys, we have broken this high, formed a large wick, or formed a wick with not much momentum, ascending nature, and start to push down. So again, if we actually break this with momentum, I'm more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag, okay? Or if we push down, pull back, push down, pull back, more than happy to look for a nice continuation, okay? A continuation retest or continuation bullet. Very nice, very high probability. We've seen the weakness. We're starting to see momentum. So for me, I will have my eyes wide open on the pound, okay? Next pair is the New Zealand Japanese yen. As you can see, guys, I was forecasting a reversal, but again, we did not get that. We saw that we broke this high, retrace, broke the high, retrace, broke the high with momentum, again, had an aggressive pullback. So again, for me, you can see that what are we saying? We're still on this uptrend. We've just done this in a sense, right? Still pushed up. Now, again, we could just actually break the low. I'm not sure if we've broken it. Let's have a look. 031. 031. No, we haven't broken it. So again, we're still between these highs and lows. Okay. Now for me, I wouldn't be surprised if we just have a greater liquidity collection and push up. But again, if we do that, okay, if we have this liquidity collection and push up and we have another ascending, I will be looking at a nice reversal setup. Okay. Very nice, very high probability. Or if we do start to move down, pull back, move down, pull back, we'll be looking for a nice continuation. Okay. Or if we start to trend correctively, more than happy to look to get involved in a nice corrective trend. Okay, but again, for me, I'm sitting on my hands being patient for the more price action. You can clearly see ascending, possibly descending. Okay, so again, I don't want to be involved in that. This is just liquidity gathering and waiting for a push. But again, if I was to anticipate where price could go, I do anticipate a move up. But again, I wait for the evidence to show me, well, I want to see the market show its hand before I get involved. Okay, so again, that is what I'm looking at in the market ahead. I hope everyone has a fantastic trading day today, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.